time we're going to discuss heat and temperature by yours truly. This is Sir Dante. We have the most essential learning competency and objectives. In this topic, you will learn how to differentiate between heat and temperature at the molecular level. Specifically, you will learn to compare the movement of particles in varying temperature. Number two, relate the kinetic energy of particles to temperature. Number three, differentiate heat and temperature. And we have sample picture here to discuss, to analyze. So we have three cups A, B, C are filled with equal amount of water. Yung cup A is hot water, yung cup B is tap water, and yung cup C is cold water. So a chocolate powder of same amount will be dropped in each cup. What do you think will happen to the chocolate drink as it is added in each cup? Why? So what can you say? We have, I think we have three possible answers here. I will read for you, and you will decide which is the best answer. Sabi ng isang estudyante, the chocolate powder will dissolve faster in cold water and is slowest in hot water. Reading ko, the chocolate powder will dissolve fastest pala in cold water and is slowest in hot water. Sabi naman ng isang estudyante, the chocolate powder will dissolve fastest in hot water and is slowest in cold water. At yung isa naman, tumaas din ng kamay, ang sabi daw, the chocolate powder in 3 cups of water will dissolve at the same time. Ano ba talaga? What is the best answer for you? Based on your experience and observation, kapag nagtitimpla kayo ng gatas o nagtitimpla kayo ng chocolate powder. Okay. What is the best answer? Yes. Sabi dito, the chocolate powder will dissolve fastest in hot water and slowest in cold water. Siyempre, mainit yung tubig. Siyempre, pag mainit, doon po yung mas mabilis po yung speed. Speed ng mga particles ng chocolate. Kaya po sila na-dissolve kaagad sa hot water, di ba? Kaya the best answer is the chocolate powder will dissolve fastest in hot water and slowest in cold water. Yan po yung tama. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, we have a figure here. A figure below shows two objects at different temperature. The white circles, ito po yung mga particle na yan, white circles, represent particles in a hot object, while the dark circles, ito po yung mga dark circles, represent particles in a cold object. The arrow indicates the movement of the particles. Yan po may mga arrow po yan, mga particles na yan. We have A, B, C figures. Tingnan ba? Sa bawat letters may hot and cold, di ba? Sa B, ganun din. So, yung letter A, discuss natin. Letter A, ito po yon. The particles in the hot object move faster than the particles in the colder object. Dito po yun, napapansin nyo. This is hot. This is cold. Yung mga particles daw sa hot object ay mabilis ang movement compared to the particles in the colder object. Diba? So, yun po ang explanation. Letter B, the two objects come in contact. Yan, yung we have mga objects nila, pwede po yung mag-contact. When the two objects are in contact, fast-moving molecules collide with slow-moving molecules, causing the slow-moving molecules to speed up and the fast-moving one to slow down. Yan pong mga particles na yan, either ilagay nyo sa hot water or cold water, may mga, ano po yan, mayroon po tinatawag yan na collision. Nagbabanggaan po yan. Okay? So, when the fast-moving molecules binangga yung slow-moving molecules, yung slow-moving molecules na yun din naman po ang mag-speed up ang movement. At yung dating mabilis na molecules na ang movement, yun po ang mag-slow down. Either nasa hot or nasa cold temperature po. Ganun pong nangyayari. Dito po sa letter C, heat flows from hotter to colder. Okay? Heat flows from hotter to colder object, causing the particles in the hot object to slow down and the particles in the colder object to speed up. So the molecule move at the same speed, a state of thermal equilibrium. Yan. Ano ibig sabihin? Okay? Yung heat daw nag-flow magmula sa hotter object to colder object, causing the particles in the hot object to slow down, at yung mga particles po sa colder object, yung po nag-speed up. So, ganun po yun. The molecule move at the same speed. So, yung po tinatawag na thermal equilibrium. Okay? Right. So, how are heat, temperature, and kinetic energy related? So, alam naman natin ibig sabihin ng heat, di ba? Alam naman natin ibig sabihin ng temperature. So, itong kinetic energy. So, let us recall, what is the meaning of kinetic energy? When you say kinetic energy, this is the energy which a body possesses by virtue of being in motion. That is kinetic energy. So, if heat is added to an object, the particle or the particles of the object gain kinetic energy and they move faster. Yan. Kapag ang init daw o heat dinagdag natin sa object, yung mga particles nun of an object, magkaroon po siya ng kinetic energy at mag-move po siya ng mas mabilis. So, since temperature is directly related to kinetic energy, any gain in kinetic energy would cause the temperature to increase. Conversely, if heat is transferred or removed from an object, it loses kinetic energy. Its particles move slower and body's temperature decreases. Yan. Tama yun. What is the difference between heat and temperature? Ano ba kaiba ng heat at temperature? What does it mean? Ito, example, this is the 1 cup of hot water. So, what is heat? This is heat. Temperature, gumamit ng you have the thermal energy. So, heat is the, sabi daw dito, heat is the movement of thermal energy. Or, heat is the transfer of thermal energy. A substance cannot contain heat, whereas thermal energy, andito po siya, is the sum of the total energy of all particles in the substance. While temperature is the measure of the average speed of these particles that make up the substance. Yan. Yun po pagkakaiba ng tatlo. Heat is the transfer of thermal energy. A substance cannot contain heat. Okay? In thermal energy is the sum of the total energy of all particles in a substance. Temperature is the measure of average speed of these particles that make up the substance. Right. So, let us elaborate the differences between heat, temperature, and thermal energy. So, heat, temperature, and thermal energy, what is it? What is the meaning of heat? The transfer of energy between objects that are of different temperature. Okay? What is temperature? A measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles in a substance. What is thermal energy? The total kinetic energy of the particles in a substance. Yan po ang mga meaning ng three words na yun, three terms. So, how is it expressed? So, in heat, energy transferred in joules and calories. While temperature, degrees, Fahrenheit, Celsius, or Kelvin. That is the unit, diba? Or the degrees. Or the unit, I should say. Diba? Pwedeng Celsius, pwedeng Fahrenheit, pwedeng Kelvin. What is the most familiar unit? Celsius, di ba? Yung Fahrenheit is hindi masyado siyang ginagamit, pero Celsius yung madalas na ginagamit. So, thermal energy in joules. Okay? Affected by object's mass. Varies in mass, specific heat, capacity, and temperature change. Yung temperature naman does not vary with the mass of an object. Yung thermal energy varies with mass and temperature. Okay? So yun pong bagay-ibang tatlo. Heat, temperature, and thermal energy. Vocabulary list. You may refer to the following vocabulary words used in this module. So we have heat. Again, heat. This is the energy in transit from a body of high temperature to a body of low temperature, or a form of energy transferred by a difference in temperature. So based on the definition, di ba? Ang heat daw, ito din yung pag-transfer ng energy magmula doon sa object na mataas ang temperatura patungo doon sa object na mababa ang temperatura. That is heat, di ba? Temperature, a measure of the degree of heat, the average kinetic energy of the particles within the substance. Measure of the average kinetic energy of particles in the substance. So, yun. Kapag mainit pa lang isang bagay, yung mga particles po doon talaga nagmo-move, no? Mataas yung movement ng mga particles doon sa substance na yun. Okay? We have thermal energy, the total energy of all particles in an object, which depends on the number of particles, temperature of the object, and the arrangement of the particles. Energy resulting from heat flow. We have the word transit, the transfer or movement. Di ba? We have thermometer, an instrument used to measure temperature. Yeah, those are the list of terms to be memorized by you. Okay? Right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to tell other students to watch this video for more ideas and information regarding the topic. Bye!